on the soil in which we soil and this spiritual seed that we're planting. Understand this, God is the one, and God can determine what the soil. You may look at the soil and think that soil would never produce, but God can bring greatness even out of that soil. Let God worry about the soil. Let's plant the seed. I think about too often we fail to sow the seed because we're too worried about what the ground may or may not produce. Many people are holding on to their seeds, looking and waiting for the perfect ground. Next, let me say this. You and I, we like to see and taste the fruit. If we could, we had unlimited amounts of money and supplies, we would rather just go to the grocery store and reap the harvest. That's the easy way, if you will, because the reality is we're not big fans of the seed as much as we are the fruit that the seed brings. Very rarely do I hear anybody talking about and dreaming about and hoping for some good watermelon seed. No, you know what they're looking for and hoping for? They're looking for and they're hoping for the watermelon. They want the fruit, and the reality is the fruit does not come unless we first sow the seed. There's a few laws on sowing and reaping that I want us to notice, and one important is this: you will reap in proportion to how much you sow. The more that you sow, the more that you reap. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 6. But this I say, he that soweth sparingly shall also reap sparingly. But he that soweth bountifully shall also reap bountifully. Now, I understand this, different seeds are sown in different ways. Are they not? Right? So whenever you plant corn, most of the time you till up the ground, get it nice and broken up, and you take your row, whether you use a hoe or maybe you got one of those roller things that make you a nice little straight row. Most people around here just use a hoe and drag it and make it as straight as they can. Some people may have to go and start over because it gets a little crooked, but they line it up straight, and you drop in your seed ever so often. But then there's a different kind of sowing of seed. We were talking about this today, sowing of grass seed. When you sow grass seed, that's not how you do it, is it? That means you take that seed and you reach down in the bucket, unless you got one of those little things. But most of us just reach down in a bucket and you sling it. And you sow seed and you cover the ground and it goes into the ground and ultimately it comes up out. We broadcast the seed of the gospel. When our lives, right, which tonight it's struggling going in and out. We've talked about this in the past, and Lord willing, we'll have the same results this year, but last year countries received the seed